I don't want to say they have a lack of damage here, but with how Jace usually tends to operate, I would say that Cube cannot answer on the other side of the map. We're seeing a play towards the bottom side as Monkey goes into 1xm, but there's no follow-up here. What is he doing?
Dying. That's what he's doing, because that's exactly what happened. Double Jace happened, but
from mid lane.
WE not in the greatest spot as Bulldog comes in looking for their knockups and their taunt. This should be a dead Nautilus, which means we can transition this easily into a couple of Void Grubs.
Now LNG, are they going to really get their cake and eat it too? If they find this pick onto Monkey and onto Sion, they can grab Dragon after.
Ooh, starting a fight on the Rumble. Rumble does indeed go down as Sion provide a lot of spacing here for Monkey, and we're just sort of allowed to get this kill for free without really a whole bunch of response, missing, at least throwing a headbutt in there, you know, just saying, you know, something. Galio into the... Okay, I thought we were going to get a kill over there. Monkey going to get turned around on immediately, really suffering that bit of gold difference as Krako tries to close in the distance, looking for the kill. Still can go either way. Unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. There it is, Krako absolutely chunking the other side as most of WE just sort of gets caught here inside the jungle, but about looking for an angle, trying to lock down Krako. This would be a nice shutdown on the Varus, and he does indeed get it, so at least we're able to get our hands on something. 3 gold being about the exact same thing, and then across the board it looks like everything's pretty even. We're going for another, or at least, is that the first Drake? I think that's our first Drake of the game at about 12 minutes to a very, very late Drake. Oh, man, look at the return right there on Krako. Heroic entrance going to come in. Unfortunately, not able to get anyone. Monkey in a little bit of trouble as Krako goes in for the distance. The taunt going to come in, locking down Varus #1. As Sion comes in from downtown, locking down, missing. The exhaust going to come on top of the Sion, trying to lock him down, but this should be a dead cow. Yes, indeed. He buys time for his team. Now, Rumble here trying to pick up a little bit of pieces there with a mop, but look, Karis going in, looking for the damage. Karis looking for another kill as Krako goes down. This Akali is absolutely phenomenal. Can we do it again? Can we get sheer? It's going to be hard. That's 2 to go into. Cube is here looking for a knock up there. And Varus by a little more time here for Karis, but it doesn't matter as we flash forward, pick up a kill, and trade our life to take down the mid lane.
No possibility for them to contest. 1xn does teleport back into the mid lane, and Sheer can answer. We're seeing both the Akali and the Rumble trying to figure out when and where they can teleport in right now. Karis is late.
Going in. Heroic entrance, unfortunately hitting absolutely no one. That's not what you want to see. We're going to lock down Yao, taking a good chunk of damage, but unfortunately able to stay alive as Galio gets caught there by a hook. Going to get taken down, fall to pieces. Bulldog, everybody's starting to melt now at this point with Double Jace's absolute shenanigans as Krako goes in but gets taken down by Varus once again. Cube left here holding the pieces and is indeed going to go down. LNG looking in top form as Sion goes down.
Oh my god. I was wondering when that waiting arms of his team.
We're going to go from replay into at least a little bit of fight over here. I believe missing went down. I don't think that's going to be another down for that side. And so we're going to be able to turn this into a Drake for WE. And that's going to be really, really important. Each one of these objectives is going to be important for, I've got to imagine, their mental and their morale at this point. Because this game is, this series, I guess I'd say, is starting to drag on overall. And I think LNG might have been going into this, or so WE might have been going into this expecting to sort of 2-0 LNG. It's hard to know their mental for sure. But they're giving a lot of trouble. There's going to be a chain of corruption going down for LNG's in, so that's going to be an important tool no longer in their wheelhouse.
Bottom lane tier 1. They still have to spend their gold and all.
I feel like that's maybe one of their primary advantages is just lean into, and we're still trying to find that positioning. The vision score is going to be so important leading up to this objective because, you know, if we do win this fight, we can turn this into 2 objectives. The equalizer coming down on Cube. Cube just refusing to take damage whatsoever. Missing, able to provide a lot of spacing, pushing Cube directly into the other side. Sion finally going down. That's going to be the kill. That's going to be the number advantage that we need for LNG. WE looking in.
Continue to control the mid lane, but now we're nay-ramming, guys. Now we're just sitting around. We're not really kind of pulling the trigger on anything. There's no ultimates from Cube. Here we go.
Yao going in finally, but he's immediately going to get taken down for his troubles, and that was actually a 4v5. That's really unfortunate. Yao thought they were getting the advantage for their team, but they lost it immediately. That is absolutely devastating, and now the Drake might be the price.
Yeah, they go immediately towards mid lane. There's no Chains of Corruption. That was a big miss from About as well. No mid turret, and you still lose a dragon, and you lose your support's life. WE, they've lacked some of that polish now coming on through, and it's LNG who control the entirety of the river with Otacon in tow.
And once again, we're maintaining the tempo on LNG, but we've seen how quickly that can turn around. Still no advantage. Reset here for WE. Sion is here. Karis is here. But I gotta imagine this Otocon's gonna die so quickly.
Yeah, they're just going mid. See them right now. They're moving into mid-tier 1, taking control of the bottom side jungle. Smart. It allows for them to continue to play on this wave. Maybe they look for a turn onto this Gallia. Oh, missing.
Missing.
Majority of his health. Uh-oh.
Oh, getting so close. No way we live from that. Flash over the wall. The cow so far out of the danger, at least for the current moments, but we could be pulled directly back in. Speaking of pulled back in, massive hook pulling in the Galio, absolutely nuking him, and not a rod of return from LNG. Missing, having to blow everything before that, probably got Bulldog killed. To make things a little bit more definitive, Missing, unfortunately taking so much damage, and it looks like this one's going to turn into a Drake for WE.
Wow. This was what we saw in game number 1. Missing just takes a little bit too much damage before. Alright, guys. If LNG win, it's not because of items. It's because their champions are just too damn OP. Alright. Cube. You have a lot of armor here, and the flash to block it.
No. Flash, yeah, we're just down. There's nothing we can do. There's the numbers advantage right before the Baron is up. There's going to be dead Sion, fake alive Sion for the current moment. Trying to close it. Going to really struggle there with that one. Position, but taking so much damage from the poke. This poke is just absolutely insane. Jace with the Varus are absolutely crazy.
Wait a minute.
Missing go.
WE losing out on the fight. Bulldog moves forward. Kroko moves forward. Karis thought he had the flank, but it was just not enough. They did not have the spells to make it happen. These two Jaces are too damn powerful at this point. And LNG, they win the team fight, and so they'll move forward towards the Baron. Monkey sitting in the wings. He's sending accelerated shock blast, but one of the problems with this lethality build is you don't have enough ability haste. Oh, 1xN almost gets caught. It's a flash away. Sion's going to move forward. Isn't able to find all that much. Cube just goes down for free, and this is now going to be a Baron at half.
Absolutely. Baron sitting at half a Cube. It's absolutely melted. Damage.
Well, look, Sion's perfect for that, and especially in these mirror matchups, it's kind of what you're able to do. Now, oh man, this is so tough. Why are we contesting for this? Oh my god.
No! Monkey going down inside his own jungle. Equalizer coming down as Missing takes a good chunk of that damage, but I don't think they care as we're able to do the Chains of Corruption and pick up another support. These supports just feel like they're made out of butter.
There's just no tank stats. We're not seeing like lock.
Building up to that Infernal Soul is going to be so important, and we've already seen the insane amount of poke we have before that as 1xN almost gets taken down, but it looks like we had the Change of Corruption and a couple other things. Buying plenty of distance, Cube getting absolutely melted by 1xN, Missing, having to blow their ultimate, but it's already going to be down. We're going to get at least one Q on Cube as the rest of the team manages to go in for WE, taking them down. Double kill on the Galio. Things are not looking good for WE as member after member goes down, leaving Karis the only one to hold the bag.
That might just be the end of the game. I mean, Missing has teleport, and this is 3 grubs and a very fed Jace. That turret is paper mache at this point. That could be, yeah, I think this is the end. 35 seconds before multiple members of WE are back, and LNG are going to secure first place in Group B.
Absolutely. Missing coming in with that TP, and I can't imagine at this point there's anything they can do to turn it around other than maybe disconnect the router of their opponents. Karis going in, trying to buy some time there with the Zonias, able to at least do a little bit of juking, but at what cost for sure? Heroic's entrance is going to get interrupted, but it does not matter as the Nexus gets targeted. We're trying to pad our stats, though, and pick up a couple kills. Nexus is indeed going to go down to